Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vinyasa Flow. My name is Michelle Chua. We're going to start in a supported fish pose using a couple of yoga blocks. So please take one block, place it on the tallest height at the rear end of your mat, and then second block, medium height, moving across your mat. Or you could actually make it trace the midline of your mat. You can decide what feels more uplifting for your chest to relax your shoulders down. And then let the area right under your shoulder blades land onto that lower block. And then the back of your skull land on the higher block. The shoulder blades release further down your back ribs as you rotate your upper arms to flip your palms to face up, landing the backs of your hands on the floor beside your thighs. And then you can either extend your legs forward or step your feet onto the ground, whatever works for you here. Now let's start to pay more attention to your body, your breath, and your inner states. Easing into deeper breaths, maybe exhaling through the mouth a few times. So today's focus or theme is expression, speaking your truth. If you'll remember in the 8 limbs of yoga, that's satya. To embark on a spiritual journey, to realize your fullest expression, is to explore Jnana Marga, the path of classical yoga that emphasizes knowledge and discovery. We all have a unique purpose to serve in this life, yet truth and the expression of it is not solely an internal task. When we begin to understand who we are, we can come to fully appreciate our unique gifts and share them outwardly. Satya is the yama that asks us to examine the way we speak, to consider whether our actions, words, and deeds are within our individual integrity. Satya asks us to reconcile our internal personal truth with the way we express ourselves externally. Embodying Satya on the mat is to allow practice to be exactly what it is in the moment, to surrender gracefully to the here and now. How does the pose feel? What are you experiencing? Your satya and your practice is to not push past your edge, but to honor your process. What are your personal boundaries? How do you show up for your body and yourself in an effort to explore them? Things to consider as we bring back that practice of satya. Honesty, integrity, truthfulness. So as you check in with what's true for you right now in your mind, in your body, energy, perhaps bringing the palms to rest at your heart center, what you choose to cultivate in this practice today. Setting your intention. Keeping that intention at heart, let's begin to lift the body, whether you turn over to one side and press into the ground, or you gently rock forward, finding any comfortable seat where you can root down into the surface below, lift up with an open heart space. And as bring the palms to meet at the heart center, bowing in, sharing this practice together, acknowledging this community, whether live or after the live. Let's join our voices in support of each other with one chant of Om. Take a deep breath in. slowing your breath down, and if you can, closing your lips. Hearing your breath by gently narrowing the back of your throat to create a soft sound. And find a continuous flow of even inhales, sustained exhales, practicing victorious breath or Ujjayi Pranayama. And as you listen to that sound, let's put the blocks to frame the top of your mat and come down to hands and knees, beginning cat-cow to the pace of your breath. On your next inhalation, gliding your chest forward, roll your shoulders back, lift your chin, open your throat. And as you exhale, scoop the belly in, drop your head, chin towards chest as you round the back. Taking several more cycles on your own. Breathing in, the heart lifts. And breathing out, the back domes. Vidalasana. On your next exhale, tucking your toes, lift your hips high and back, entering Adho Mukha Svanasana. And allow about 5 breaths there if you would like to shift around in your own way. Pedaling your feet, swaying your hips side to side, softly moving your head and completely relaxing your neck. Spread your fingers wide and parallel your index fingers. Roll your triceps to face the ground and broaden across your shoulders as you lift them back. And as you parallel your feet, hips width. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. Exhale, bend your right knee, turn the thigh open at the hip. Inhale, rotate the right leg out. Bring it in as you exhale. Inhale the right leg out. Bring it in as you exhale, keeping the knee bent. 3 more to your breath. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. This next time that you draw the knee towards your midline, scoop the belly in, rock forward, and lightly step the right foot inside of your right hand. Grab your blocks or bring your fingertips to the floor, framing your front ankle. And in your kneeling lunge, back knee to the floor, take a deep inhale, and again, lift your chin, drop the shoulders, look up. As you exhale, lift the ball of your right foot flex. Half split, begin to scissor the right hip back to straighten the leg and fold. Keep going. Inhale, bend the front knee again. Coil your chest up. Exhale, straighten the front leg and fold. Continuing for 3 more cycles of breath. So though you're arching, lifting the chest as you bend the knee, when you bow, try to maintain a feeling of a flat back so you're not closing the throat by dropping chin to chest. And then bending the front knee here. Plant the left hand on the floor or on a block. Keep the right foot still, pointing forward, knees right above it. And then inhale, backstroke your right arm. Look behind you. Reach the fingertips back. Exhale, scoop the right arm down and forward. Inhale, backstroke, look back. Exhale, scoop down and forward. 3 more breaths. So feel the rotation of your right upper arm bone in the shoulder socket here. Warming it up. And then feel the gentle rotation of your head, warming up your neck. And the next one, plant your hands to the floor and step back to downward facing dog. Lift your sitting bones high, plant your palms flat. Inhale, raise, left leg up. Exhale, bend the left knee, rotate the thigh, open at the hip. Inhale, circle left thigh open, keep the knee bent. Exhale, draw it in towards your midline. Inhale, circle. Exhale, draw it in. Your breath pace. 3 more. Try to keep your 2 shoulders balanced here. Drop the head, relax your neck. And the next time you draw your bent knee towards your center line, rock forward, scoop the belly in, and land your left foot gently beside your left thumb. Lower your back knee, come into a kneeling lunge with hands on blocks or the floor. Inhale here, lift your chin, look up. Exhale, half split, lift the ball of your left foot, flexed foot, straightening the leg, fold. Again, inhale, bend the front knee, coil your chest up. Exhale, scissor the left hip back, straighten and fold. 3 more to your sound of breath. And as you finish that last one, return to a kneeling lunge. Secure your left foot on the floor, pointing forward, knees right above the heel. Plant your right hand on the ground or on a block. Inhale, backstroke your left arm and look behind you. Reach back to the fingertips. Exhale, scoop the left arm down and forward. Keep going to your breath. Inhale, backstroke, look back. Exhale, scoop and forward. 3 more cycles. And when you finish this last cycle, landing your hands at the top of your mat differently, tuck your back toes, look forward, breathe in, exhale, step forward, feet hips width at the top of your mat, parallel the feet and folds. Pressing into the ground, your blocks or your shins, firm your belly and inhale, draw your spine forward, shifting more weight towards the fronts of your heels. Keep your weight forward, exhale to fold. Press to your feet, inhale, sweep your arms overhead, coil your chest as your palms meet and look up into a gentle back bend. Exhale, trace your thumbs down the center of your body, arriving in mountain pose. Sun salutation C. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Press with your fingertips. Inhale, rise halfway. Lower your hands beside your heels. Exhale, left knee steps back, kneeling lunge. Press down to your right foot. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the sky. Exhale, backstroke your hands to the floor. Step onto hands and knees in plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, glide forward, place the knees down again and lower your chin. Look forward and hug the elbows to your ribs, slithering chest, belly, legs, all the way to the ground. Press down to the tops of your feet. Inhale, light cobra. Hug the elbows close, dropping the shoulders. Press down to hands and knees and tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your left leg behind you, keeping your hips leveled. Exhale, lightly step the foot forward beside your left thumb. Lower the back knee, press off the left foot, and inhale, sweep your arms overhead, lift your heart. Backstroke the hands to the top of your mat. Exhale to step forward and bow. Press to your feet, inhale, rise, palms reach up, coil the chest up lightly. Exhale, trace your thumbs down your center, mountain pose. Side 2, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Press with your fingertips, inhale, rise forward. Hands alongside your feet, exhale, right knee steps back. Inhale, sweep your arms high, coil the chest open. Exhale, backstroke your hands and arrive at downward facing dog. From downward dog, inhale, come forward with knees on the floor, under the hips and plank. Then exhale, lower your chin as you look forward, then slither all the way to the ground. Inhale into cobra, ground through the tops of your feet. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your right leg, squaring your hips. Exhale, step the foot forward beside your right thumb, back knee to the ground. Inhale, sweep your arms, lift your heart, chin slightly. Backstroke your hands to the top of your mat. Exhale, step forward to bow. Press to your feet, inhale, rise all the way up. Another standing back bend. Keep the tailbone lengthening down. Exhale, hands to your heart, mountain pose. Let's keep going, same flow on each side. Inhale, sweep your arms. Sharpening this act of marrying. Exhale, forward fold, movement to breath. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Fingertips down. Exhale, left knee back, kneeling lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms, coil the chest. Exhale, backstroke your hands to downward facing dog. From there, inhale, glide forward, knees on the floor in plank. Exhale, lower your chin as you look forward, slither all the way to the ground. Inhale, cobra, draw the shoulder heads back and down. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep, left leg behind you. Exhale, step the foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, sweep your arms high, lifting your heart. Exhale, backstroke your hands to the top of your mat and step forward. Press to your feet, inhale, rise, standing back bend. Draw the lower belly in to support your lower back. Exhale, standing tall, mountain pose. Last one of Surya Namaskar C. Inhale, sweep your arms. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Fingertips down. Exhale, right knee steps back, kneeling lunge. Inhale, sweep your arms and lift your chest. Backstroke your hands. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward, knees on the floor, plank. Exhale, look forward and lower your chin. Hug the elbows close, slither all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep, right leg back. Exhale, step it forward, back knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms high, lift your heart. Exhale, backstroke hands to the top of your mat, step forward. Press to your feet, inhale, rise, standing back bend. Lifting the frontal hip bones, draw your tailbone towards the earth. Exhale, standing tall, mountain pose. With arms by your sides, palms facing forward. Let's take 3 deep breaths here, noticing what you notice. What is the quality of your breath? How do you feel in your physical body? And what's your energy like in this moment? So we've been practicing. One way to come down through a vinyasa is by lowering the knees, the chin, and slithering onto the belly. That is always an option. Otherwise, we're going to change it up a bit in Sun Salutation A. Press to your feet, inhale, sweep your arms high. Optional standing back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press with your fingertips, rise halfway. This time, exhale, step into plank pose, knees down. Knees down again for this one. Now lifting the belly, choose chin, slither, or this time glide forward with knees on the ground, belly lifted. Bend the elbows to graze your side ribs. Try to lower chest and belly at the same time so the spine lowers like a horizontal line. Press down through tops of your feet. Inhale, hug the elbows to your ribs as you coil your chest open to cobra. Draw the belly in, press up through hands and knees, then lift your pelvis back. Downward facing dog, 3 to 5 breaths. So now honoring this still moment here, as you're recalibrating to the intention you set. for your practice. And perhaps also practice of embodying your truth. Satya. Bending your knees, lift your heels and hips high, look past your fingertips. Empty your breath first, and as you hold the breath, lift your pelvic floor, engage Mula Bandha, abdominal lock, Uddiyana Bandha, to walk or float to the top. Then inhale, rise forward. Exhale, fold. From down through your feet, inhale, rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, optional back bend. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Again, Surya Namaskar A. We're going to take it twice more. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway. Step into knees on the floor plank or leg straight plank. And choose knees chin or glide forward and lower like a horizontal line. So you're passing through Chaturanga. Come all the way down or halfway down, flip the toes, from down through the tops of your feet and draw your shoulder heads back so they stack over your wrists. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 to 5 breaths. So we've got one more of the same sequence and you've explored various ways to lower from plank. Take your choice for this last one. On your own, Sun Salutation A. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Step or jump forward when you're ready. And we meet again in Adho Mukha Svanasana, resteadying the breath. As you spread your fingers flat, bring your feet together to touch. Turning out your right thigh at the hip. Either press your right sole into your inner left ankle so you can find that external rotation of your right thigh as you hug the left hip towards your midline. Or flex your right foot and cross it in front of your left shin or above your knee in front of your left thigh. Continue to draw your 2 sitting bones up and back. Elongate your spine, dropping your head. And let's finish off 3 more breaths. Deep breath in here. And then exhale, extend the right leg back, rotate the right thigh open at the hip, stay here, 3-legged dog, or begin to flip it over into wild thing, stepping the ball of your right foot outside the left edge of your mat, pushing off the left hand and the outer edge of your left foot flex, left leg is straight, as you spin your chest and belly to face the sky, dropping the head back, as you reach the right arm overhead, opening your throat, maybe lion's breath. That's inhaling deeply through your nose, sticking out your tongue as you exhale any sound with a mouth wide open. With belly engaged, slowly flip back to 3-legged dog and softly step the right foot directly between your hands. Spin your back heel to the ground for Warrior 2, aligning front heel to arch a back foot. Press off your feet, cartwheel your arms to rise. So right away, steady your eyes on one spot just in front of your right hand. Feel your right sitting bone roll down towards the earth as you bend the front knee right over your ankle. Tall spine, relaxed shoulders, last 3 breaths. press to your feet, straighten the front leg for triangle. Glide your hips towards the back of your mat sideways. Reach your right arm forward and down to land your hand on your right leg, or just to the right of your leg, maybe on a block. Stack your shoulders and wrists as you raise the left arm. Steady your gaze right away, maybe up towards the left thumb. Shoulder blades down the back. Last 3 breaths in Trikonasana. Sweep your top arm overhead, stepping back, downward facing dog. Let's bring the feet together to touch there. Turn out your left thigh at the hip. Either press the sole of your left foot into your inner right ankle, or flex your left foot and cross the shin, in front of the right shin, or in front of your right thigh. Lift your sitting bones high, draw them back, and let your head fall. 3 more breaths. Rolling your triceps towards the floor, open up across your shoulders. Take another breath in. Exhale, raise the left leg behind you. Keep breathing, bend the left knee, turn the thigh open. Stay here, or slowly flip it over into wild thing. Stepping the ball of your left foot outside the right edge of your mat, keeping your right leg straight, flexing the foot as you lean on the outer edge of it. Make sure the right shoulder is plugged in its socket here as you're turning the chest towards the sky and dropping your head back. It's a heart opening pose. Maybe lion's breath. Inhale deeply. Stick out your tongue, open your mouth wide, let any sound go. Ah, couple more breaths. If you're in wild thing, scoop the belly in. Slowly make your way back to 3-legged downward dog. Slowly step the left foot forward between your hands. Spin the back heel down, aligned heel to arch. Inhale, cartwheel your arms, warrior 2. Steady your eyes just past your left hand as we take a few breaths here. Rolling your left sitting bone under, firming the top of your right thigh bone back. And with tall spine, relaxing your shoulders. Trikonasana, straighten your front leg, glide your hips towards the rear of your mat, reach your left hand forward and down, right arm to the sky, straight up, spiral your chest open towards the sky, shoulder blades down the back, steady your gaze, 4 more breaths. Looking down at your left foot, this time sweep your right arm overhead, plant your 2 hands at the top of your mat, and step forward to the top. Let your feet come together as we begin Surya Namaskar B. Let your knees come together. Inhale, sit back towards your heels, arms forward and up, chair pose. Exhale, hinge from your hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, press with your fingertips, rise halfway. Step into plank. So insert your version of Vinyasa. You could float back to Chaturanga, you could take cat-cow, you could skip the Vinyasa and go directly to downward dog. Then from downward facing, inhale, raise your right leg straight behind you, so keep your hips level. Exhale, step the foot forward beside the right thumb, spin your back heel down. Inhale, circle your arms behind your back as you rise for warrior 1, clasping the hands. Roll the shoulders behind you, lifting your chin. Stay here, or exhale, bow forward towards the inside of your right leg. Keep the back heel rooted, arms reaching away from the lower back, humble warrior. Take 1 more breath here, reaching the arms forward, dropping your head. Shoulders lifted away from your neck. Then exhale, lower your left hand on the inner side of your right foot. Pick up your back heel to a high lunge and twist right arm to the sky. Pause here. Inhale, sink the right hip. Press back through the left heel. Exhale, reach the right arm overhead as you spiral the tricep downward, continuing to twist. Take one more breath in. Exhale, lower your right hand outside of your right leg. Step in your left foot. Spin the heel down. Lift your chest. Inhale, look forward, lengthen, pyramid pose. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale again, hinge forward, maybe a little further. One more time, inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, hinge forward. Staying here for one more cycle of breath. Next inhale, lift your heart. Place your hands on the mat. Exhale into your vinyasa or none, making your way back to downward facing dog. From downward facing, inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, step the foot through, spin the back heel down, feet are hips distance. Warrior one, inhale, rise, backstroke the arms behind your back to clasp. Lifting your chest, look up. Stay here or exhale, bow forward, inner side of your left leg for humble warrior. Wherever you are, stay, take another breath. If you're bowing, drop the head, lift the shoulders, arms reaching forward, exhaling here. And inhale. And exhale. Lower the right hand to the inside of your left foot. Lift the right heel, square your hips forward, and reach the left arm towards the sky as you twist to the left. Press back to your right heel, lengthen forward through your crown, inhale. Sink the left hip as you spiral the chest, exhale. Staying in the twist, inhale, sweep your left arm overhead towards the front of the room, tricep spins to face the ground. Staying here, exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, frame your left ankle with your two hands. Step the right foot forward, one foot, spinning the heel down, both legs straight. Pyramid pose. Inhale, lift your spine, halfway up, open the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest slightly, elongate. And then again, exhale, fold, maybe a little deeper. One more moving. Inhale, lift the chest, reach your sternum forward, shoulder blades back. And exhale, fold. We'll stay here for one more cycle of breath. Parsvattanasana. Inhale, lift your heart, plant your hands on the mat. Exhale into your form of your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Three to five deep breaths. And before we step or float forward, please lower your knees onto the ground. Grab one of your blocks by the skinniest width and hug it firmly between your thighs, preparing for a variation of camel pose. We'll call this dancing camel for our vinyasa flow class. So tuck your toes behind you. Bring your hands to your lower back, fingertips face down. Keep your pelvis stacked right above your knees, and as you draw the tailbone down, slightly lift your frontal hip bone so the belly is toned. Lift your back ribs, take a deep breath, coil your chest up. Exhaling, bend the elbows closer together. Now you have the option of keeping your hands right here the whole time. Otherwise, inhale, lift the right arm to backstroke behind you. And then exhale, tap the right heel with your right fingertips. Place the right hand on the lower back. Inhale, lift the left arm to backstroke behind you. And exhale, tap the left heel with your left fingertips. Left hand to the lower back. Let's try that a couple more. Inhale, back stroke the right arm, tap. And exhale, replace onto the lower back. Inhale, back stroke the left arm, tap. Exhale, replace onto the lower back. One more on each side. Follow your breath. And then when you're ready, scoop the belly in, one vertebra at a time. Inhale, roll your spine upright. Put the block next to the top of your mat. And please make your way back to downward facing dog. Just a little dancing camel pose. Finishing off with 3 more breaths here. Bend your knees, look past your fingertips. On emptied breath, lift your pelvic floor, engage Mula Bandha. Draw the lower belly in and up, engage Uddiyana Bandha as you walk or float to the top. Feet touching, inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold. Knees touching, inhale, sit low in chair. 5 breaths here. Place your hands wherever you like, just make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Your shin bones are back. Tailbone is lengthening down. Front ribs are hugging in. 3 more breaths. Utkatasana. Maybe sink the hips a little lower. And then eventually, slowly lower your pelvis. Either catch the backs of your thighs for boat Navasana, sitting up tall, feet lifted, or extend your arms forward. Another breath-led movement here. Stay here, or moving to the breath. Inhale, straighten the legs, lower halfway down into half boat. Contract the belly. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, forward, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, tree. Inhale, lower. Exhale, 2. Inhale, lower. And exhale, 1. Take a deep breath. And exhale, drop your knees apart onto the ground. Soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. So catching hold of your big toes or your outer feet. Root down to your sitting bones and lift your heart. Lift your spine. Take a deep breath. Extending your heart forward. Exhale, begin to bow for a few breaths. Maybe walking your hands forward. Finish one more deep breath here. From the belly slightly lifting from your chest, inhale to slowly rise. So for the next few breaths, I invite you to choose your active inversion. You could come back to downward facing dog. You could follow me into dolphin pose, where we bring the forearms to the floor. Or take your own practice of maybe handstand if you practice that, maybe against a wall, or headstand if you have no neck injuries, or tripod headstand. So for dolphin pose, start on your hands and knees. We'll rotate the triceps back or towards the ground to spread the shoulder blades onto the back ribs, moving the shoulders away from the neck. Then interlacing your fingers, lower your forearms to the ground so that your elbows are exactly your shoulders width apart. As you sink your chest slightly, notice your ability to plug your shoulders into their sockets. Draw the shoulders away from your ears and firm the belly towards your back. Now either drop your head in dolphin pose, you're not bearing any weight on your head, or actively look forward. You choose. Then tuck your toes, press off through your forearms. With an exhale, scoop your belly in to lift your hips and you're in the pose. Giving yourself 5 to 10 breaths before you rest in child's pose. Now we're only doing this once, so take it as long as you need. If you're able to, try walking your feet forward. Maybe they come together to touch. Just make sure that your shoulders do not begin to roll in front of your elbows. Keeping the shoulders slightly behind your elbows as you press your chest towards your shins and lift the shoulders away from your neck. Now perhaps you explore lifting one leg straight up as you flex the foot and square the hips. And then after a few breaths, you can switch sides. You're on your own till you're ready to rest. When you have lowered to rest, place your arms wherever is comfortable for you as you take maybe 5 breaths in Balasana, Child's Pose. And place your hands on the ground alongside your knees. When you're ready to come out, tuck your chin towards your chest, and with a slow inhale, roll your spine upright. So we've taken dancing camel pose, and now let's take one last stationary camel pose for your own count of 5 to 10 breaths. So you may want to use that narrow width of the block between your thighs to help support your lower back. And you decide if you want to tuck your toes so your heels are uplifted, or press the tops of your feet into the ground. So let your hands help to keep your hips right over your knees, as well as draw the tailbone down as you lift the back ribs. Take it at your own pace. We'll meet sitting down with legs in front of you when you're finished with camel pose. So if you find them available, you could reach both hands back to hold your heels. Otherwise, you can keep your hands on your lower back. You could alternate one hand back and then the other. When you have finished this last round of Ustrasana or camel pose, have a seat with your legs in front of you, and we'll move into a seated spinal twist. Extending your left leg forward as I'm nearing you. Step your right foot either in front of your right hip or outside of your left knee. You might also bend your left knee. Place your right hand on the ground behind your pelvis. Raise your left arm. Press into the ground as you inhale, lengthen your spine upright, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Exhale, hollow your belly and twist to your right. Lower your left arm to hold your shin, or hook the elbow outside of your thigh. Again, press into the ground. Inhale, lift up, tall spine. Exhale, feel your belly hollow as you continue to twist. A few more breaths. Let's finish one more deep breath. The bottom of the exhale, unwind your spine. And we'll cross the right shin forward or on top of the left shin. So you're either sitting in cross-legged seat or stacking your ankles and knees with your feet flexed for double pigeon. If your right thigh is lifting uncomfortably away from the ground, grab a block or a prop and you can place it underneath it. So ground your sitting bones, maybe move the flesh aside from them. Lift through your spine, keep the throat open, and then optional to fold forward for a few breaths. Finishing this breath here. On the next inhale, lead with your chest to slowly rise. Extend both legs forward. And then step your left foot either in front of the hip or outside of your right knee. Maybe bending the right knee. Try to go for the same variation if you can. Left hand behind the pelvis, raise your right arm, take a deep breath, press into the surface below to sit tall. Exhale, twist to your left. Lower your right arm or hook your elbow outside of the thigh. Root down to inhale, lift up. Hollow the belly, exhale, twist. A few more breaths. Finishing this breath out. Unwind your spine and let's cross the left shin forward or on top of the right shin. So you're either sitting cross-legged or stack your ankles and knees with your feet flexed for double pigeon. And remember, if your left thigh is lifting uncomfortably away from the ground, you can place something underneath it. Ground to your sitting bones, lift up to your spine, deep breaths. And perhaps add a forward fold. One more breath here. And inhale to slowly rise up, extending both legs, maybe circling out your feet or shaking out your legs. Let's prepare for Paschimottanasana. You may want to grab a strap and place it around the balls of your feet, or place your hands alongside your hips. Flex your feet, hips width apart. Again, ground your sitting bones and lift your spine, open your chest, open your neck. Take a deep breath in, and as the belly slightly firms in, keep a feeling of a flat back, in fact, a slight back bend, lifting the chest as you fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, ground your pelvis, and exhale, maybe fold some more. A few more breaths. One more breath here. Next inhale, firm your belly slightly, lead with your chest to slowly rise. And I invite you to choose a version of shoulder stand, Salamba Sharvangasana. If you are taking full-on shoulder stand where you create a vertical line out of your body, make sure that you are not flattening the back of your neck to the floor, and it can be helpful to use a blanket that's folded smoothly, placing it a foot away from the rear edge of your mat. So your head is on the floor and the tops of your shoulders are about 1.5 inches inward from the folded edge of the blanket. So this helps to create that natural curve in your neck. If you're not doing full-on shoulder stand, that vertical line, grab a block or two, lie on your back, bend your knees and step your feet on the floor. And then lift your pelvis so that you can slide 1 or 2 blocks under your sacrum, flat part of your lower back, and then lift your legs straight up from there. So this is another variation of shoulder stand. So taking your form of this cooling inversion, give yourself maybe up to 10 breaths in it. Those of you in that complete vertical shoulder stand, you might also move into plow or halasana within that time. See if you can focus some deep inhales to gently expand your abdomen. Abdominal breaths are very calming to the nervous system, and they also help to stimulate your digestion. So the belly expanding on the in-breath, and the belly softening in towards the spine on the out-breath. Take your time, slowly coming down, removing any prop that might be underneath your body so that we can all meet in fish pose. To set up for fish pose, straighten your legs forward, bring your feet together, and then relax your feet. Then slip your palms face down underneath your glutes so that your thumbs meet. Press your forearms and bent elbows on the ground as you tilt your chin back to whatever its range is. You might lift your shoulders off the ground. You might bring the top of the head to the floor. Just see what's available as you completely open the throat here for about 5 breaths. Clearing exhalation to the mouth, really releasing the sound, and this is very activating for Vishuddha Chakra. Remember, that's the throat energy center responsible for truthfulness, expression, authenticity, creativity, communication. Helpful for practicing sadhya. You're ready to come out of it. Release your arms from underneath. Draw your bent knees into your chest, maybe rocking, or maybe coming into happy baby pose. One last minute of any cooling, calming, and relaxing posture or movements before Shavasana. And as you're setting up for corpse pose, feel free to use any props that can be helpful to really help you to relax and be still. If you've got tension in your lower back, you can grab your 2 blocks or roll up your blanket. Maybe you have a pillow that you can place across your mat underneath the backs of your knees as you extend your legs forward and let the feet splay out. So this supports a light bend in the knees. And as you lie back onto the floor, notice if you might benefit from placing a pillow under your head or putting another weighted blanket over your pelvis, which can feel soothing and grounding. So arranging your body lovingly to allow a few minutes to drop in and let go all of the doing, all of the efforts. So many wise yoga teachers proclaim that this last posture, corpse pose, Shavasana, is the most important. And that it's that true, complete surrender in which naturally it creates that union, body, mind, breath, spirit. No longer efforting. Your innate truth binds you to the greater world, propels you toward your fullest potential. This expression binds you to the planet no different than secrets on the wind, than energy lapped by frothing waves, than the fragrant musk of crawling soil. Your truth is as integral as moon dust. You have a right to be here. From the Yoga Almanac. Ever so slowly and gently and intentionally, please begin to lovingly awaken your body. Slowly moving fingers, toes, gently turning your head, not rushing to come up to sit, taking your time and honoring this stillness within you. Eventually making your way up today as we continue this practice of honoring our truth, satya, and expressing our truth from our innermost being. There's a mantra that we have been practicing in the past couple weeks that means I am pure love. So it can be truer than that. You are pure love. And just remembering your true essence, your true nature. So the Sanskrit phrase is aham prema. Aham prema. And if you'd like to practice a mudra that helps to accentuate that feeling tone of I am pure love, there's the inner smile mudra, Hansi mudra, in which you bring all the fingertips to touch, except your pinky fingers, and you rest your palms face up on your lap. And you can close your eyes or keep your gaze softly steady ahead as you sit tall with open heart space. And so remember that chanting out loud is also a helpful way to activate your voice, to be able to voice your truth, stand up for what you believe in, to voice your creative expression, activate the throat energy center, unblock any stagnancy there from holding in, speaking for yourself. And so just allowing this mantra to be a source of opening that center from the heart. So speaking your truth from the heart, I am love. And you can chant out loud, or you can chant mentally. I'm going to turn on the mantra so that we can sing along for the next few minutes. Aham Prema. Aham Prema. Prema. Aham 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 Prema. Remember, mantras are to steady the mind from wandering, so you're focusing on the sound, the resonance of the sound, the feeling state of acknowledging that you are pure love in your truest essence. Aham Prema. 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 Aham Brahma, 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 Aham Brahma. Last seconds here. Aham Brahma, Aham Brahma, Aham Brahma. Just feeling the resonance of that chant, I am pure love. Aham Brahma. As we close, bring your palms to meet at your heart, bowing in. One of my teacher's teachers said, to really feel the effects of a mantra, like Aham Brahma, many more you can explore, to commit to practicing chanting it in meditation for 40 days straight. Really see what you cultivate in that time. 40 days straight. Now that is tapas, that is discipline and devotion. Let's close this practice, joining in one chant of Om. Take a deep breath. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.